It's not just a clean slate and a blank canvas, it's also one of the most exciting times of the year to plant vegetables. Out with the old and in with the new. Fall planting. What a time to be gardening. Whether it's just a redo or a completely fresh start, planting at the end of summer has a laundry list of advantages that makes it a great time to cultivate. But that's only if we nail it and get it right. Hi, I'm Jeff from the Ripe Tomato Farms. Welcome back to another episode of the Garden Quickie, the show where in 2 minutes or less, we always make sure you get it right. And today's episode is all about fall planting. Specifically, 4 things to do to make sure that you get the most out of this late season gardening. Time's short though, as you know it is, so let's dive in. There's no doubt that fall gardening is a bit of a bonus, as it's seen as extra on top of all that summer bounty. It's great that we get to keep the garden going, even if plants like these tomatoes here are on their way out. But that leads us to our first tip, and that's crop choice. With spring planting, the world is our oyster, and the options seem unlimited. Fall gardening, while just as great, is much more defined, and not all plant choices are gonna be on the menu. We need to choose crops that have one of 2 characteristics. They either need to grow fast or they need to enjoy being harvested in the cooler weather. Some crops, like these peas here, do both. Which leads us to our second tip, timing. This one is much more important in the fall. Spring growing and planting can be quite forgiving, as the days are not only getting warmer, they're also getting progressively longer. This allows us to be more lax with our timing and more loose with our dates. Not so with fall planting. With winter looming and a finite amount of days to grow, we need to be smart with our timing or we risk getting nothing for our efforts. Of course, this timing is going to depend on crop choice as well as the zone you're growing in, but a good rule of thumb is to get your fall starters into the ground about 6 to 8 weeks before your first fall frost. Speaking of getting them into the ground, whether you're growing from starters, like these cauliflower here, or directly from seed, planting our plants at the right depth can always make a huge difference for our success. For plugs, seedlings, and starters, simply plant them to the existing root color. I know it can be tempting to plant them deep like we do with our tomatoes and peppers, but these guys just don't grow that way. For direct seeded crops like peas, spinach, and these radishes here, simply use the guidelines on the back of the seed packet for the best results. And lastly, just as the up and down is important to our success, even more so is the side to side. That's right, spacing. In the finite growing window that we have left, there simply isn't enough time to correct any spacing issues. Yes, the plants may look small and spindly now, but you know they're gonna grow like crazy and fill in any of the gaps. For the big fruiting brassicas like broccoli and cauliflower, you're gonna want to give them 1, maybe even 2 feet of space if you can afford it. With the right crop at the right depth and given enough space, fall planting can be smooth sailing. Which is awesome, because that's gonna leave us even more time to check out more episodes of the Garden Quickie. Thanks for watching, guys. And hey, if Garden Quickies are your thing, make sure to subscribe and click on this playlist here as we explore and solve more growing issues in 2 minutes or less.